What's up, everybody? I think the big question on everybody's mind right now is Zaix or Shinobi. Farming is one thing. When we talk about overall performance, damage, break, stuff like that, I know a lot of people have been wondering that. I'm in a position right now to do a pretty good comparison of these two units. They are about the same level. They are within the same power level. Actually, Shinobi here has 200 more attack than Zaix. Okay, Zaix has like 600 attack. This guy has 800 attack. We are going to run them with the same arc, just the same arc. This thing that's here right now, just because I like looking at it and I just pulled it. And we're actually going to take a look at their performance and how they actually deal with mobs. So we're running Spirited Assault on hard. It's a level 40 map, you know, for a level 40 party. We are just going to run it solo. So let's begin. Remember, this is farming aside. We are looking at how much damage do they do, how well do they deal with the boss, the synergy in the kit. Okay, I do have both of their items as well. So we're going to start with our S1. It's really nice how Shinobi here has multiple moves that land him behind the enemy. This guy's S1, it can be interrupted very easily. I feel like his S1 is his in-between move that actually kind of combos a lot of his other moves together. Here, we'll try to use it. He has to run up here. Here, we'll just use his S2 and teleport over here, and then hit him with the S1. So yeah, I think this guy's S1 is just like the sandwich meat in the bread between the S2 and the S3. You're going to want to start with the S2 or the S3 to cut your distance and just end up over there. Boom, just like that. And then you can follow it up with an S1 to kind of keep the combo going. Another thing I've kind of noticed with some of his moves, he will end up behind the enemy, and if you click the attack button fast enough, you get a nice extra backstab in there. So that's really cool. He's definitely got Zaix beat in that category because Zaix only has an S1 that, you know, is really usable for farming. His S2, S3, S4, they're just there to wipe people off the map. So all in all, we're not doing too bad here. We got to throw a bunch of our attacks. We've been rocking these combos. Oh, our S3 just got interrupted. And get in here with the S1. Notice this boss's break bar though. Okay, we've hit him multiple times. He's not really breaking. I'm probably going to kill him without breaking him. There we go. Had to kill that mage. There we go. So I do have jeez, what is it called? Decoy. I have decoy on him, so even if this gets close, even if this guy almost kind of wipes us a little bit, we should be able to come back once, just enough to finish this guy off. That sword needs to proc so we can steal some hit points. We did steal an item, that was cool. So this is how this guy performs. He is not a breaker, okay? This boss did not get broken at all. So, you know, Zaix is still definitely the better breaker, and you're going to see that because we're going to run Zaix next, right? Keep in mind, too, these guys are close, but Zaix definitely, he has less attack, okay? Yeah, this guy's got 805 strength, right? If I put Zaix in, there he is. Zaix has 599 strength, so 600 to 805. So 200 strength is kind of a big difference. Like, that is the difference of having a gnarly ass weapon in your hand or not having a weapon at all, right? So we're running this Zaix with less strength, with no support. All right. And mind you too, like, if you look at his equipment, Zaix's sword is 125 attack. Shinobi's weapon is 170. So I do have the S1 leveled up a little bit for farming, so we're going to just start throwing that. These guys are around the same hit points too. So, there we go. There we go. Group them all up together and just boom. Finish them off like that. And then I will try to, well, I was going to try to build up my skill kit a little bit off of that one. So there's wave 1. Doing pretty good so far. There we go. Get a bunch of them. Group them up. And you know what? Boom. There we go. We even got a chest. So yeah, Shinobi might be better at getting items and actually farming. And remember, this is a non-limited character that we are comparing to an absolutely phenomenal breaker and just a monster of a damage dealer. So here's the actual fight. I do like to target the mage first. That's just me. We're just going to jet over there. Hit these guys with some AoEs. We haven't even caught the boss up yet with anything. Boom. Look at that. Okay. So start paying attention to the boss's break bar. There we go. Here we go. We'll hit him with that AoE. Look at his break bar. He's already halfway broken. We haven't even really been hitting him with any moves. Kind of saving him for last. Even that farming move is just... I mean, we're going to break this guy. We're going to break him before the fight's over. We might even break him right now just off of that. Boom. So we can clearly see who the better breaker is. And as far as damage goes, as far as modifiers go, look, it's looking like these guys are doing the same exact amount of damage right now as far as modifiers go with their abilities. And Zaix has 200 less attack. So I'm willing to bet his modifiers are a little bit higher, right? And this is a fair assessment right now because we are just looking at their skills and we're looking at their modifiers. Now, if we compare these characters, they're awfully similar. Like, I've worked on both of them for a day, right? Zaix's S1 got leveled up a little bit so I could use it more because that's really what you need for farming. But as far as Shinobi goes, I think he has 61 abilities unlocked, right? So we're not rocking like the creme de creme stuff, but either is Zaix. You know, we can get Armor Piercer, the Shadow Jutsu Ultimate, things like that. But 61 out of 102 abilities. Also, this guy is woke 3 times. Yeah, he's on the he's on the last, well, not the last one, but you know, he's almost been woke 4 times. Zaix is not woke at all. He has absolutely none of these. Oh, I have 10 shards for him. That's cool. And his abilities unlocked, instead of 60 something, it's 59. So they're literally around the same in power. It's not like one of these has a bunch of uber abilities over the other, right? In this lineup, Zaix actually has a lower attack, about the same amount of abilities, and he's not woke. And their performance in this last little mock battle that I just ran, as far as mobs go, they're pretty similar because these guys are dropping, you know, AoEs. They're hitting multiple mobs at the same time. But when we got to that boss, it was a completely different story. Zaix broke that fool so quick. Shinobi had to kill him without breaking him. So I think that kind of shows us kind of what I thought. I didn't think Zaix was going to get replaced as a breaker and a damage dealer. This new character, Shinobi, he's awesome for farming, and that's exactly what I want him for. I don't see him outperforming Zaix. So what does that mean for farming? Well, for ability gate farming and lower level farming, I've already heard from a few people, like, you can take Zaix out and you can just run Shinobi, right? Shinobi and Robin. Robin is a good background character because he's always going to crit, and you're always just have a chance to get something off of his crit. Shinobi out farms Zaix, but Zaix outbreaks and out damages Shinobi. He is a limited character, right? And that is if you have Shinobi's gear too. Like I have Shinobi's mask and his sword, which is 55 attack more than Zaix's sword. Okay. What is interesting though is it's way easier for Shinobi to backstab. Zaix only has his S1, Valsar Raven. That's what's going to get him his backstab. He's just going to do that back and forth across the map. And then you're going to finish off your enemies after you proc Trick Wrist with his S2, S3, or S4. So Zaix you have to control. Shinobi, even if you just let him go on auto, because, you know, his S1 through S3 is going to proc backstabs. It doesn't really matter what Shinobi is doing in the background. He's going to be getting backstabs. And he doesn't necessarily need only backstabs either. He can steal an item off of his impact abilities. He can steal an item off of the extra damage that his sword does. Anything that provides, you know, an extra attack off of his physical attack, like impact, is going to give him a chance to steal items. And he also gets a chance with every single person that he kills. So, yeah, this new character, he's going to outfarm Zaix and he's going to outfarm Robin. Okay? But when we get these events and you're trying to farm these gold coins and you have to fight a level 100 Roland and a level 100 Lily, right? And it's actually kind of a difficult fight. You're going to want to bring Zaix because in a high power fight like that, you're actually going to be using Zaix to break these bosses, and in the process, he's going to Trick Wrist them. And he's actually going to contribute to the breaking and the damaging of these higher powered characters. So as a result, I did get his equipment. I think his Crimson Edge helps, and I really just dig his equipment. I like how it works. I like how this guy just teleports somewhere, you know, and then you can run him back over to the boss with 35% strength bonus, which is just effing huge. It kind of makes up for the Crimson Edge only having 125 attack. So that's where I'm gonna have to say, depending on what you got. I mean, if you got all three of them, sure, run all three. I would suggest actually manually controlling Zaix because you're still going to want to stick to Valsar Raven and then drop the S2 and the S3 just to finish people off. Shinobi is going to proc his backstabs and his impacts, and he's going to steal items off of that. Even if the AI is controlling him, it doesn't matter if he's dropping his S1 through S3 or 4. He could drop an S5, and